Hello, everyone, and once again, welcome inside the Facebook group Double My E-commerce Sales in 12 Months. My name is Ala Hassan, the founder of E-commerce Training Academy, and as always, the host inside this private Facebook group. If you're joining us through the recording, just make sure that you join us on Facebook by requesting access to Double My E-commerce Sales in 12 Months, where I share lots of valuable insights about how to help you increase sales, strategies that are being used by successful e-commerce companies, and constantly doing all sorts of Facebook Lives inside the group specifically for the community, and always ready to answer some of your questions as soon as the session is over. So a great opportunity for you to ask me straight up questions about your business, e-commerce, the topic that we just discussed, and there's so much more inside the group happening on a daily basis that I highly recommend you join. And for those who are joining me live, thanks again for the support. Appreciate you coming on this Facebook Live. Let me know in the comments if you hear me well, all is good on your side, because today I'm about to share some, and this topic really came last minute. I decided to share my thoughts about how to sell masks online, because I felt that every single company out there is now jumping on this opportunity, and why not provide you with some insights on how you could go about selling your masks online. And as always, I always say, in order for you to succeed in this world of e-commerce, why reinvent the wheel when you can actually learn from well-established brands, well-established successful e-commerce businesses, start following them, start watching what they're doing, and start implementing some of these ideas that you see them doing on your own business. Get inspired from them. You know, at the end of the day, it's not about copying, it's about modeling what actually works. All of us have limited budgets when it comes to marketing. We have limited resources. And yes, you always have to test. But at the end of the day, what works really well is really proven out there already. So why reinvent the wheel? Why not follow some of these brands? And that's exactly what we're going to do today. I'm not a specialist when it comes to selling masks. All I know is how to sell widgets online, any type of product, and really find ways of growing your business selling these type of products. When it came to masks, I figured, okay, I need to do some of my homework, try to see exactly what are brands doing right now. And what I'm going to show you today is the same approach you could use for any type of product. So don't think that anything I'm about to show you today will only be implemented towards selling masks. You can do this if you want to sell baby clothes, you want to sell necklaces, bracelets. All the tools I'm going to be sharing with you, the strategies, the tactics, could be used across all different types of product categories. So let's get started. Excellent. So you guys hear me well, so that's a good thing. So today's topic, again, how to sell masks online. So here's what we're going to cover today: how to find trending data about masks, who is selling masks online right now, and how to differentiate your masks. If there's one thing I need you to remember here, is this section called how to differentiate your masks. How marketplaces are selling masks online, how popular brands now are jumping on this opportunity, how local brands are selling masks online, and also how you could use Instagram and Pinterest for inspiration, for product ideas, for ideas on marketing, you name it. So I want you to remember this right now. Face masks, coverings, also, these are two words that you could use at this point, are now fashion accessories. Keep that in mind, because it's very important for you, in order for you to succeed in this space, is to understand this, because there's a lot of noise right now. There's a lot of brands, a lot of sellers are now selling masks online. So how do you differentiate yourself? So really, if you position yourself as a fashion accessory, let's say, at this point, people are looking at it from a different perspective. They're looking at it from them showcasing their personality, showcasing their style, communicating their status, and also protection. It's no longer just protection. So if you think about all of these different angles, you will see that you'll have a lot more opportunities out there to succeed in this space. But if you limit yourself to one area, protection, again, there are a lot of restrictions right now. There's a lot of challenges, and there are more certified or credible sources when it comes to selling the protective gear of face masks, because there are certain certifications that need to be met, and so on and so forth. So I really want you to look at it as a fashion accessory, because that's where you're going to see there's a lot of opportunities going forward for you online selling these products. Okay, so What are the type of masks that we're talking about? So the first part is the face masks for health workers. So the N95, the surgical masks. And the second one is face masks for non-healthcare workers. Now, I'm not a mask specialist. All I'm going to do is I'm going to provide you a link to a WebMD article that explains both of them. And don't worry about the slides. As soon as I'm done with the presentation, you'll have access to my slides and all the links. And I'm just going to add the link to the slides inside the caption for this video and the comments as well. So don't worry about you can take notes and that, but all of this information will be shared with you. So keep that in mind about these two things. So we're talking about health masks for healthcare workers and masks for non-healthcare workers. Keep something else in mind, that there are restrictions when it comes to selling these masks. And these restrictions especially are targeted towards the healthcare worker style, the certified protective masks that you use in the hospital, you use in a facility that is health related. I've linked in here a bunch of articles that I feel that you should read, and because things are always changing, you need to also update yourself. I don't have the latest rules and regulations, but keep something in your mind that Amazon has been telling sellers you're not allowed to sell. They've been shutting down a lot of listings, and that was early on in this thing that we're dealing with right now in this whole world with regards to I can't say the word because I don't want to get demonetization on the video. So again, because we're dealing with so many challenges around the world right now, Amazon started closing down some listings. Facebook has a lot of Facebook ads restrictions when it comes to selling anything pertaining to this type of product. Again, these things are constantly being updated. The same goes with Google. There are some restrictions maybe. And I've also heard about Shopify. If you're running a Shopify store and you may be selling masks, there might be some challenges as well. What's important right here, and I've linked to all of the articles, what's important for you here, if you plan on going into this category and you're planning on selling the actual face masks used by healthcare workers, not fashion related, then you really need to do your homework just to make sure that you're going to be okay. Because again, it's a constantly moving category right now. And there's a lot of, unfortunately, there's a lot of people out there taking advantage of others, scamming them and so on. So it makes sense until they have full control. So I just want to make sure you know this, because sometimes your ads, your advertising may be restricted, and it's because you're selling this type of product or at the price you're selling it at. Amazon, for example, or in Shopify, were very strict on price gouging. They didn't want people to overcharge for these products. Again, lots of rules. That's their platform. They decide. What's important for you is to understand that there are rules and restrictions across the internet, and it's your responsibility to learn about them and to educate yourself. So do your research. Don't take any chances. So let's start with the first thing. If you have any questions, as always, make sure you ask them in the video, in the comments below, and I will address them towards the end of the session. So the first thing that I want to cover is how to find trending data about masks. So this could apply to anything, but I like to start with Google Trends. I usually go on Google Trends, and what I would do is, let me just close the other windows. I would type in here, for example, face masks, and you will see that it will also give you suggestive other keywords or search terms that people may be searching it by. So Google Trends is really showing you what are people searching on Google for nowadays. And you could do this across different countries, different platforms. So let's say I'm going to put face masks right here. You can see that I'm targeting the US in the past 12 months, all categories. And what's interesting is you see, obviously, it's very, very, very popular. More so popular towards March, April, but it's slowly going down. Maybe it will go up now as more cities, as more states and provinces and countries demand that it is required for you to wear a mask. Then obviously, the trend will start going up, because if it becomes a requirement, people will go back to Google again and they start searching for places to buy them from. So you can see that it is very, very popular. And you can search multiple countries in here. So let's say I'm going to put in Canada, and you can compare. Let me happen. Why isn't it letting me choose? In Canada, you can see right now it's going up right here. So it changes. You're able to see it, let's say, by provinces, by states, related topics. Again, a great way for you to see what's trending is using Google Trends. And you can also compare terms. So you may have Here's an example. You have face masks, but people are also searching face coverings. And then you can compare both to see if there is an impact. So let me put United States here. So when somebody tells me, oh, should I optimize for face covering? Should I optimize for face mask? I say, well, look at the term that people are using when searching for your products. And in this case, they're searching for face mask more than face covering. So this is a great tool for you to track what's happening within this category. So that's the first tip I have for you to really consider. Now, what to look for when you're searching for these products. Let's say you start finding companies that sell masks. You do a couple of Google searches. Even if I go on, let's say right now, google.com, and I go, let's say, face masks, and I type in face mask, and I go under shopping right here. So there's also a place under shopping inside Google. When you get a bunch of results from all of these companies, these products, there's a couple of things for you that you need to keep track of. And you could do the same thing when you search on Amazon and other marketplaces, and we're going to talk about that later on. But what should you be looking at, when you're doing your homework? You should look at, first of all, the sellers, the companies selling these products. Are they established brands? Are they local mom and pop shops? Is it someone at home making them? Is it someone who's just trying to flip these products, make a quick buck? Look at the current sources of supply right now that are out there, so you understand a little bit the landscape. And don't look at it globally. Start looking at it from a country perspective or a province or a state. When it comes to masks, there's also the local appeal that you could use to your advantage. So that's the first thing I would take note of. Who is selling masks, or who is selling a similar product to mine, and who are they exactly? What are they doing? Where are they located? And so on and so forth. I also like to keep track of prices. It's very important because obviously when people are buying something online, there's a lot of price research being done. They compare prices between brands, between websites, between marketplaces. We all want to make sure we get the best value, the best deal out there. So keep track of the prices. And that's one thing I really highly recommend that you take note of, because sometimes you may have the best designed masks, but if people feel that it's too expensive and you're not a well-established brand, then maybe it can impact you in a negative way. So keep track of this. Product selection. Should you go with just a black mask? Should you go with multiple colors, different patterns, different materials? Again, look at what's available in the marketplace and assess the situation. One thing that's important also is the product features. We know it's a mask, but the material used, how it's made, and all this stuff is very, very important. So what's so special about your masks? Again, you don't want to just go out there, I also sell masks. You really want to focus on your value proposition of who you are, what you sell, and why should people buy your products and not the ones from the competition. So the product features and benefits is what really helps you differentiate yourself. I like to also look at, and I'll show you how we do this, ratings and reviews. When I look at the competition, when I look at everyone else selling the same product, yes, I see how they're displaying that product, what price they're offering it at, the pictures, and so on and so forth. But I like to see what people are saying about these products. Are they happy with them? Are they satisfied that they deliver upon expectations? So ratings and reviews really help you find missed opportunities by these products. And I'll show you how I use Amazon for that. I also like to look at questions asked by buyers. So on Amazon, people can go in on a product and ask questions. Keeping track of these questions also can identify opportunities you may have not thought of before. So again, another great way to find ways for you to sell your product is by addressing some questions that people constantly ask about masks, and you trying to address those immediately on your product page and your marketing and your copy can help potentially sell more. And the last thing is I like to look for is YouTube videos. There's a lot of content on YouTube about any type of product. So educate yourself about what's happening there in this category. Are people having tutorials on how to wear masks? Are they showcasing brands? Are they doing some sort of unboxing? Again, the whole idea here is to gather all of these insights so that you can better position your product out there. What I like about YouTube videos is also it gives you a lot of ideas for content in the future. So if you notice, for example, people are creating a lot of videos on how to make your own masks, then take note of that. This could be something interesting for you. Again, if you're a brand selling online, it's one thing to spend money on Facebook ads, Pinterest ads, and all those advertising channels. And I think a lot of online retailers, a lot of e-commerce brands obsess over just advertising. E-commerce is more than that. You need to diversify your efforts. So creating content is very, very important, whether it's blog posts, illustrations, Facebook Lives, videos, whatever might be the situation. Creating content that is both valuable, entertainment, educational to your customers is very, very important for you if you want to grow in the long term. So don't rely only on advertising. Look at all the other channels as well. And this exercise here will help you figure out what should you be talking about by watching what others are doing. So number 2, who is selling masks online? So obviously, in the beginning, people were jumping on this opportunity. We have a lot of resellers. People are involved in the arbitrage world where they buy it from a specific manufacturer. They buy it from a specific brand. You've seen this happen where a bunch of people went to stores, went to Walmart, went to Amazon, and just bought a lot of product. And then eventually with hopes that they can resell them online. And that's what arbitrage is. You buy from one channel and you resell it at a different higher price on another channel. This happens a lot, let's say on eBay. You buy on eBay, you sell it on Amazon, or vice versa. So you have this type of seller. They're not really building a brand. They're not focused on long-term customer satisfaction. They're just focused on flipping this product quickly, make a quick buck, and then they're just going after the latest trending products. Marketplaces, places like Amazon, Etsy, these are marketplaces that offer these type of products, but they're being either sold by other sellers, or in Amazon's case, it may be something that they sell as well from their own brand. So a marketplace is very important for you to consider. Reason being is, right now, from the latest stats I remember about e-com in the United States, when people they want to buy something online, they start their search either on Amazon or the rest of the internet. About 50-somewhat% of these searches or product purchase considerations start on Amazon.com. And the rest of it would happen, let's say, on Google, your preferred department store, or your preferred brand, or a website like eBay for auctions. So you really have to consider the power of marketplaces, and there's a lot happening in there. Even though you have your own online store, and let's say you're not selling on Amazon, you simply can't ignore Amazon. So do your homework on this marketplace, because you will be competing against all of the other sellers that are there. Again, people either buy on Amazon or they buy from everyone else out there on the internet. So you really want to keep track of these guys. Right now, we're seeing now retail brands jumping on this opportunity. We're noticing also a lot of stores out there that are jumping on this opportunity. So you have stores that are popping up that only sell masks. Something that I'm seeing a lot nowadays is fashion brands and designers. And this is something very interesting right now, because a lot of these brands are limited in terms of exposure at this point. People are not thinking about buying fashion products, or high luxury items are also impacted by the current situation impacting the world. So they're jumping on this opportunity. They have already an established brand. What stops them from creating masks? And we're seeing a lot of this, and I have lots of examples I'm going to show you today. I'm also seeing a lot of people, independents, people that are creating these products. They're making them handmade at home or within their small little facility in their businesses. And one thing that I'm noticing a lot in the masks industry is these local businesses, these brands that are known only locally within, let's say, a city, a state, a province, that are switching up their operations to start creating or manufacturing masks for the local population. Again, it's a nice way of helping out the community, but I'm seeing also that work really well for them, because at the end of the day, what's so special about a mask? Other than the fact that they are certified, everything else out there is really based upon uniqueness and material, just like every other product. So having a local appeal can potentially help you out. This is my favorite part now. How do you differentiate your masks from everyone else out there? So I have a lot of examples that I'm going to be sharing with you today, but at a high level, I wanted to list them out so that when we start going through the examples, everything makes sense for you. So if you're obviously selling any type of mask for the healthcare worker, certifications matter, whether it's the N95, surgical masks. All of these masks have specific certifications, and if they do qualify for this, then highlighting them is critical at this point. So that's the first way I'm seeing people differentiate themselves, is with certifications. The next possible feature, I would say, is the material used as well as the quality of the mask. So there are many materials that you could use to create masks. Some of them are reusable, recycled materials. Some of them are 100% cotton. Again, Leather maybe in the future, as long as people can breathe through them. Obviously, you don't want to put a piece of leather right on top of your nose and you just can't breathe. I think that's one way, and I'm seeing that a lot. People are differentiating themselves with the material use as well as the quality. Sometimes some of them are reusable, some of them it's a one-time use, some of them are washable. So again, the quality matters, and you should be differentiating yourself based on that. I've seen also companies differentiate themselves by how it's made, the process, the way they go about creating their products, whether it's handmade, whether it's made by specific type of people, or whatever it might be. The process of how it's made is also very important, especially if you're running a sustainable type of brand. You want to make sure that these new products that you're adding to your category, your product selection, match up with the company's mission and values. You don't want to start selling a product because there's a quick buck to be made. You want to make sure it aligns itself with the overall branding that you have already in place. Style. Some styles are different. Sometimes you see them, it could be a covering all over the face. It could be a strings that go around the ear. It could be all sorts, and we'll see different models here. Designs, some of them are different colors, different, there's so much. And I feel that the design aspect is going to be the one that's going to allow a lot of people to jump even more into this category. I like this number 6. And personally, I feel that if you really want to differentiate yourself, or if you don't have an established brand, having a cause marketing approach is important. So if you sell, let's say, 10 masks, you donate a mask to a local organization, or you've donated a bunch of masks to a local organization, and you're donating a percentage of profits to a local organization. This cause marketing approach works really, really well, especially nowadays when people are shopping online. They have this whole concept of supporting local businesses. I like that. It works really well, especially if your brand is known only locally and you have, let's say, a limited budget in terms of advertising. It's a great tactic by saying, you know what, we're going to donate X amount, or we're going to do this to the following charities in the local community. It's another great way of differentiating yourself. So let's talk about now that I kind of set up the whole foundation of how to go about selling masks. I really want to go spend some time now, show you what are companies doing. So we're going to start obviously with the big guy right here, Amazon.com. In the slides, as soon as you click on an image, you'll be able to go to the links. So I even provide you with all the links inside the presentation that I'm going to share towards the end of the video. So when you go to Amazon right now and you search face mask, you'll have a lot of results. So you'll see that some products have 206 ratings. Some of them are out of stock. And this is the other thing too. Inventory is somewhat limited, supply is limited, and sometimes you're going to have a hard time finding the right mask you need. But again, it's very important for you to look at what's available out there. So let me choose, for example, let's see this one. This one has 650. And what I like to do is I like to look at the ones that match, let's say, the mask I'm thinking about selling, the closest match. And then I start looking at how they name their products. What are the brands behind these products? Like this one is Lanier Wellness. I like to see their full line of products. Look, these guys are selling this as well. So you get to discover many different products through even just going through the brand that's mentioned right here. I like to look at how they outline some of the features, benefits of this product. And I also like to see what other products, like customers who have viewed this, viewed that as well. And you start getting a lot of ideas, and you take note of everything that you see on a product page on Amazon, as well as some videos in that case. So again, just a great way to see what's out there. I want to see if, since I'm on this page, this is what I mean about questions, answers. So I like to read ratings. And look at this right now. Yes, it's selling a lot, but only 36% of them are positive. So let me look at why are people unhappy. And I start reading. I like that how quick they came. I like they were priced right. However, they were very, very, very thin. So thin is a problem. Take note of this. Fabric is scratchy even after washing, and are on the large size to fit a woman, but okay for a man. I wouldn't buy again. So a couple of opportunities. Maybe you can create a mask that's not very thin. So you highlight this is a thick mask that lasts longer, durable, machine washable. You may want to create a mask specifically for a woman's face, maybe. Again, you're able to differentiate yourself and position your product differently by just looking at one negative comment. Now, as soon as you start looking at, look at this, very small, poor quality, consider them disposable. Did not find anywhere where it's manufactured. I'm not sure why they bought it then. So made in Vietnam, for those who care. Maybe made in USA will have more value to you. Made in Canada, maybe that has more value. So by doing this exercise and looking at the negative comments left by people on Amazon, you start finding new opportunities on how you can differentiate yourself. Or you may be unaware that people are complaining about these things, yet your product can satisfy those specific customers. Then you may tap onto these different opportunities to say, well, yeah, my product is made in Canada, made in US. It's not made anywhere else. So to you, maybe it was such a simple thing, made in USA, but to customers, maybe that matters most. And you could use that as a differentiating angle. So that's the exercise I like to use. I like to also look at this here. So these are the ratings. And then what I do is I also like to look at this here, the answered questions. So sometimes customers are able to go to Amazon and start asking questions about these products. So for example, is this for adults? Yeah, if people are asking this question, then make sure that your description on your product, on your website mentions that this fits adults, this fits youth, kids, so on and so forth. Where are these masks made? See, again, people are asking this question. So on your website, make sure to mention that. What are the dimensions? Make sure that you mention this. Is one size fits all? So all of these questions immediately right here, and there's 28 more for you to consider, are great ways of optimizing your product descriptions, your product titles, product details on your own website, in addition to pictures. So sometimes if you feel that people need to see details about the product, they want to see the tags, then take pictures of all this stuff, make that information available to customers as they start browsing your website. Again, if they think about it, then make sure you have the answer to these questions that come to mind as they start browsing your website. And that's a simple way for you to improve your products. Going back to this, also notice that Amazon, this is the other thing too, is it's sometimes when you search something, it's one thing, but let's say, watch this. So I'm searching for, let's say, face mask. Did I just search face mask or face masks? Okay, so notice this. If I search face masks, I noticed something right here. Amazon is promoting a specific section, a page on their website. When I click it, they've actually created a dedicated landing page for all of their face masks, face covers, bandanas, and you see how they're categorizing them. Again, the whole idea here is for you to plan out your strategy as well by looking at all of the different ways that people are even merchandising their products, including Amazon themselves. So if I click on this, let's see what happens. What do you see here? These are again, different ways of going about your research to see how you can differentiate yourself. When I go to Walmart, same thing, another marketplace for you to consider. A lot of people shop online at Walmart, so you can't ignore Walmart. So same thing, I search face masks. Notice how they also have categories right here. Surgical face mask, cloth face masks, neck gaiters and balaclavas, bandanas, face shields. Again, all of these are available, and you do the same exercise like you did on Amazon. Click on each one, look at the pricing, take note of who's selling it, because sometimes it is also sold by other people. Walmart is also a marketplace at the same time. So same exercise like we did on Amazon, do it on Walmart. And as you notice right now, you saw the sheer amount of face masks on Amazon, and now also Walmart. I mean, there's so much inventory. There's so much product selection. That's why I say if you're jumping on this category, you better make sure you're differentiating yourself. Another thing that you may want to look at is, so again, so I'm going to click on, let's say, cloth face masks. You start seeing all the designer, like this one with pineapples. This one is about the countries, let's say, but look at here, a 100% cotton mask. So they mention even the fact that it is cotton. This one right here, if you sell kids masks, then make sure you use a lifestyle showing a kid wearing your mask. Again, all of these ideas should be written down on a nice Google Excel sheet, so you gather all of these insights before you go out there. Who else is selling them? Etsy. You can't forget about Etsy. When you go to Etsy's homepage, it's even featured right here on the homepage. And Etsy is a marketplace for handmade products. What I like about it is the fact that you'll see a lot of independent shops there, people selling these products, and they're handmade. And also what I noticed is they have a section called Ready to be Dispatched. So you're not even waiting for people to make these products. They're ready already made, and they're ready to ship them out. So if you go to Etsy right here and you click on, let's say, the ready-made, you may see different types of products from, and you see, wow, it's just unbelievable how much there are. And what I like to also do, whether you're on Walmart, Amazon, or Etsy, sort by the best sellers. Right now, I can do relevancy. Let me see if they have. Let me just put top customer reviews, and let's say start with this, or look at the ones that have bestsellers right here, and start looking at those to see if you can learn or try to model some of their initiatives. So again, Etsy can't be ignored. If you go back to, let's say, the homepage, so things ready to ship masks could be different quality, different brands from the ones that they have right here. So I click on this. Notice how it may be different companies, different sellers selling those products here because they're not ready. But what's interesting is you can also see how Etsy is helping its community. For example, in this case here, how to pick the right mask for you. So if you're selling masks online and you're offering this product on your website, better make sure you create also a PDF guide that people can use to learn how to shop for a mask. You can create a blog post. Again, you're trying to help them find the right one for them. So that's Etsy. Don't forget about that. Let me just go in here. Okay. Next, same thing. Look at all the landing pages on Etsy. Look at the different links. Again, you want to see the product selection that they have, the number of sellers, the prices, the reviews, and so on and so forth. One category you shouldn't forget is also the category of print on demand. So if you have a Shopify store, for example, you could use Printful, and there's a lot of other apps out there that could potentially help you sell products where you allow people to upload their own design and have it printed on these products. And Printful now offers face masks and also neck gaiters. So you can't ignore this because you may be creating your own mask right now, but another company may launch on Shopify and they have an online store selling custom masks, and they leverage tools like Printful, print on demand services where they don't even buy inventory. They just leave it on the website, they promote it, and as soon as somebody wants to buy it, then Printful will create the product and ship it out to your customer. So you can't ignore also the print on demand category because they're entering this space as well. What I like also about Etsy is the fact that they started also providing tips on selling handmade masks and face covers on Etsy. So sometimes when you start browsing marketplaces, they may also provide some ideas on how you could sell masks on that marketplace. Read those guides because you can use some of the tips they have here to implement on your own website. Again, the links are going to be available to you, but right here, don't make medical or health claims about your masks. All of this information is right here. Do highlight other helpful info. Don't resell commercially made products. Do list items in the right category. Adjusting your inventory, fabric and supplies, product photography. All of these things are important. So for you to consider, even on your own website, leverage these pieces of content to help you sell better. Next. Now that we understand the world of marketplaces, again, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to put them in the comments below the video or on the side. So next is how popular brands are now selling masks online. Now, a lot of well-established brands are jumping on this opportunity. For them, they already have the manufacturing facilities. They have the capabilities of creating new products. So for them, it's just another piece of cloth. So if they sell T-shirts, how hard is it to make masks? If they sell jackets, how hard is it for them to sell masks? So expect to see way more brands jump on this opportunity, and I have a bunch of them that I'm going to be mentioning right here. So one of them, because I like their brand really, Everlane is jumping on this. So if I go to their homepage right now, they're even featuring them on their homepage. A lot of brands are doing that now. So if I scroll down right here, they have face masks here. I click on this. So notice how they're going about their design. A couple of things we can learn about this. First of all, I love how they highlight the US flag right here. So again, remember how I told you, if your masks are made somewhere else, you may not want to highlight that. But if your products are made in the US, you're differentiating yourself. And these guys are really highlighting this right here. So product-wise, product pictures, very clear pictures, high quality. They show you all the different colors, the different styles you can choose from. They also zoom in to show you the stitching. All of this information is important because people will see value. If I see this, I'm like, oh, wow, this is good quality. I see also a perspective of someone holding the mask to their face. So I see how big is it. So again, I can compare. And also I see it how it would look like on someone's face. Don't just put the mask without putting on someone's face, because I want to visualize how it would look like on me. That's critical here. Sometimes I see companies also using videos, and I'll show you one of them. I like how they go about selling them in 3 packs. They're not selling them one by one. So in this case right now, they're selling them in 3 packs, and they're offering a full price $40, not $34.99. So the premium's way of pricing something. They show all the colors right here. I'm noticing this as well, that all masks are final sale. And now if your returns policy does not apply to this, then make sure to highlight this. That's one. I also noticed that they're also limiting the amount of packs or amount of quantities per order. So if you want to make sure that you don't deal with people that are simply buying a bunch of them to resell it online, or you want to satisfy a big percentage of your customers, then that could be an opportunity. Limit 5 packs per customer, mention that. I love how detailed they are. The details, the dimensions, how it's made, 100% cotton, charcoal, like the different colors have different materials used. Made in Los Angeles, see the factory. Wow, this is really, really nice. Machine wash cold, tumble dry low. Questions, email them here. And if I scroll down, they have more description right here. Again, they repeat, this pack is final sale, and they also have recommendations. So again, they're not just putting a picture of a mask, buy it. They're really giving you a reason why you should pay $40 for 3 masks, okay? So Everlane is doing a really good job with regards to this. Kenneth Cole jumped on this opportunity as well. Notice how they're selling their masks on the homepage. We're in this together. So they leverage their we're in this together as their campaign. And I like how they go about shop our new face covering. They don't call it face mask. And we'll donate to the Solidarity Response Fund. So a great way to start a movement, create a supportive brand. You know, we're supporting you through these tough times, and we're also going to donate to a special market, to a special cause. When you start browsing these products, again, similar to a little bit how Everlane has done it, pictures wise, you see it right here. Different angles. They're not showing it on someone. I wish they would have done that. This is a pre-order. Here's what I like about this. Look how they make a purchase, make an impact. When you buy this item, we'll donate $150 to the Solidarity Response Fund. Learn more. This is by a tool called Shopping Gives. So again, they're using the cause marketing. The price is more almost similar to Kenneth Cole. To Everlane. So they're selling 1 by 1 for $15. Personally, there's not a lot of money to be made if you sell a product at $15 online. There's a lot of costs associated with this. So I like the 3-pack or the 4-pack, the 5-pack approach. You increase your average order value, and also you're providing customers more value for them as well, because they're going to be saving money. And most probably, what I like about the Everlane product is the fact that their packs had 3 different colors. So you're giving them all this selection for them to go with, and you're offering them a good deal when they buy this. So notice also here, this item is in high demand. Obviously, wearing this together face covering, reusable, machine washable. Take note of these things, because all of this information should be also visible on your own website. Let me know in the comments if so far so good. You guys are liking these tips. Really, sometimes I include this content, but because I'm going through all of this content immediately one shot, sometimes I want to make sure that it resonates with you. You're seeing value. Let me know in the comments. We'd really appreciate it. Again, Kenneth Cole, we went through all of this. For you, take note of all the descriptions. It's going to help you out. I also looked at some of the Instagram profiles. So notice how every brand that you go visit nowadays, if you're planning on selling face masks, make sure to visit their Instagram profile to see how they're going about promoting these products. Because some ads are limited or restricted, you may want to look at their feeds. So in this case right now, they have this whole thing called the New Courageous Class, where they feature specific people, let's say right here, shout outs to specific people that, let's say, healthcare workers, the frontliners. Notice how they also promote their we're in this together. Take note of the captions, take note of the hashtags they're using, and see what people are saying. See right now, perfect. How much? Let's say only 2 months behind the need. Again, learn from what the brands are doing and see how you can also emulate, model some of these initiatives for your own brand on your own website. Another brand, Anthropology, jumped on this opportunity. Again, beautiful masks. Let me click on this. Oh, did I lose it? I didn't include the link. Yeah, I forgot about this one. So Anthropology has it. Again, very simple design. You see how their masks match the brand itself. So they're not just selling something just to have it. They want to make sure it aligns itself with their brand. They're also doing it where they mention that they're reusable masks in the title, and it's a set of 5. So again, that's a great opportunity. One size fits all, and they go through all the details right here. I noticed also something where a lot of them are also taking pre-orders. So this item is available on June 5th. Because production is limited and there are some delays being experienced by manufacturers, you may want to also think about offering some pre-orders at the same time. So if you see there's a lot of demand, then you start ordering more, or you order the ones that you feel are popular and people are actually buying. Old Navy jumped on this as well. Man, look at these guys. 5-pack triple layer cloth face mask for kids for $15. So they went on the price side. Again, beautiful designs targeted for the young generation. So again, that could be also a strategy that you may implement on your side. Banana Republic jumped on it as well. This type of product, again, they're a subsidiary of Gap and within the Gap umbrella. Again, you see really pretty simple, pretty expensive if you think about it, being $20 for one mask. But that's Banana Republic. We know. Take note of everything right here. The support. So again, they're supporting Feeding America. It's reusable. It's custom fit. Limit 5 masks. Again, you're seeing a trend in how brands are selling these products online. Citizens of Humanity, same thing. Another brand that's established and beautiful design. Again, they're offering, this one is a 5-pack. So bundles, packs, these are things I have to consider. Look at the pictures that they're using. I don't like this mask, honestly, but it works, I guess. Please allow 2 to 3 business days for this order to ship. Clear description right here. Non-refundable, non-returnable. So again, you're seeing this as a trend. So take note of this for your own products on your website. This brand right here, Cotton the First, what I liked about them is they actually put a video. So they have reusable masks, 6 styles to choose from. They have good reviews, these different nice styles. Their design is different. If you look at it, I mean, it's weird, but again, they're highlighting the product from both angles. They're highlighting the straps. They're highlighting different colors available, and they're showing you even each color on the face and how it looks like. Again, they do a really good job up to this. And there's the video that I want to show you. I don't know why I can't scroll up. So make a video, a simple video, you wearing the mask if you have to, and just, or your models or a mannequin, whatever. Just show people how it, and I love how they're putting it even with the glasses to see how it's going to look like on someone who is actually wearing glasses, how they remove it, how do they put it back on, and so on. So again, look at all the face mask details right here. They have lining, the inner, the outer. So that might be an angle in terms of how you go about describing your product. The construction, these guys are very detailed. So I like those. I like it when people are very detailed with their description. So take note of those and see if you can add it to your product page as well. One thing I would highlight is to consider also the delivery times and shipping charges for masks, because people are expecting them really fast. Your mask may not be expensive and delivery charge may be high. Clarify these things, be upfront, set the expectations on the product page so that people are not disappointed. Next. Macaj company, that's a fashion company that was selling jackets and that, they also jumped on it. Again, so many brands are jumping on this. Now, the reason why I chose them right now is because I want to show you the price, $38 for a mask. So, but when you have an established brand and people know you already and you're a premium brand, you can get away with it, and you expect that to happen, whether it's I don't know if Louis Vuitton is going to have it or Gucci or these brands, but I'm sure they're going to start jumping on these opportunities, and you can't ignore this. So really stay on top of this. This is $38 Canadian, sorry. Last thing is the local brands. And I have only one brand I'm just going to mention because I saw this brand here locally in Montreal, Canada. We have a term like everything's going to be okay. You know, that slogan for this current situation that we're dealing with. In French, ça va bien aller. And they called their brand Bien Aller. And they're selling masks that are made in Montreal. So there is the local appeal. So if you're thinking about selling masks and you don't have the big budgets like the Banana Republic, the Gaps, and the Walmarts, the Amazons, why not go at it from a local perspective? So $5,000 already given to Canadian charities. So if I'm in Canada, I want to support Canadian brands. I'm not going to buy, let's say, from the ones that are made in the US. I want to buy something local. But this one here is made in Montreal. So again, after opening 4 weeks ago, we've donated 5,000 masks so far. These are their products. It's in Canadian dollars. Let me see if they have again, Montreal based. So they explain themselves here. They say how they're going to help the community, who co-founded it. Very simple website. Again, you're going to start seeing a lot of brands jump into this opportunity from only the category of selling face masks. They don't sell anything else. So if you plan on launching a face masks only company, then you really need to think about the customer lifetime value. What else can you offer? Not just masks. So in this case right now, they also sell the mask pouches. So mask pouches, different colors. You may consider selling bundles. I don't see any bundles here. No bundles. So maybe they have it if I buy here. So they're missing out on an opportunity right now. They could be selling bundles. So in the future, could there be subscription programs? Maybe, who knows? It could be a box set. It could be a gift set that you may have to consider. Watch my last video about how to sell coffee online, and I share a lot of initiatives on how to expand your product line. So if you're selling masks only online with a new brand that you're establishing, you have to think about your catalog and how can you get people to purchase from you multiple times a year, and also increase the average order value by either selling complementary products like pouches or sanitizers, whatever it might be, or selling them as gift sets or bundle packs or packs in general, because that will help you increase the average order value. So that's from a local appeal. Again, there are a lot of brands out there. I can't, it's not just one, but I'm gonna give you some tricks right now. So I can spend literally 3 hours just going through all the different brands because I actually got overwhelmed with the sheer amount of companies jumping on this. So how do you make sure that you get inspired even more? So use Instagram. So a couple of tactics I want to show you here. I like to follow hashtags. So if you go to Instagram right now and you search a specific hashtag, so let's say I'm searching for face mask. Notice right under it, I have also related hashtags that you can start following. What I like about this is if you're active on Instagram, you can follow a hashtag, and as you start scrolling through your feed, you're going to see more and more face masks, and you get inspired more into the category. But look at this. It's insane what's happening out there. That's what I'm telling you. This is a fashion accessory now. It's more than protection. I mean, it's unbelievable what you see here. So that's one way. So make sure to search these hashtags, and you can see protective mask, DIY mask, cotton face mask. What's interesting here is you take note of all these hashtags so that you could use them in your own Instagram posts. Also, one other thing that you need to consider is watch Instagram stories. So because there are a lot of restrictions, or it's not clear as to what can you sell through Facebook ads or Instagram ads or Google, a lot of brands and sellers are leveraging these organic measures, meaning they're going to simply post on their Facebook profile, on their Instagram profile, and hope that people will see it. So Instagram stories is also another great way to discover how people are promoting these products. And I've been following a lot of brands, and I'm seeing more and more face masks inside the story. So here's a cool trick. When you follow a specific hashtag, you can easily also click on the picture and you start seeing all the different stories that people are promoting with the hashtag face masks. So handmade, great, take note of this. Look, this one is making it at home. As soon as you see a brand, follow them. If you like the way they're going about showcasing their products, like this is I'm sure it's a fake Gucci, but again, you see all these different options, and take note of the person posting it. If it's a brand, follow them, or take pictures. You can record your screen. This way you get ideas on how to promote your face masks when you plan on selling them. So that's for Instagram. Pay attention to influencers, because you will start seeing this now more than ever. Wait until Kim Kardashian jumps on this. A lot of the influencers are going to jump on this. Unfortunately, right now, I believe it's a supply and manufacturing limitation, and I'm sure they're working on it. Start expecting influencers to jump on this. So if you sell masks and you want to make sure that if you're limited on budget in terms of paid ads, leverage micro influencers or reach out to major influencers that you feel are going to be working with you. Now, here's the thing with influencers. Some of them, why would they start promoting your brand? Why don't they just make their own face mask? It's not hard to make. It's easy to find. It's not a big investment. So they're going to start looking at the opportunity. Well, why am I promoting other brands of face masks when I could do it myself? I can make a bigger margin. So some of them will do that, while other influencers, they won't bother. They're simply going to use the brands as a way to promote themselves. So pay attention to influencers and leverage them as well. Another place that I would highly recommend is Pinterest. Don't forget about Pinterest. There's a lot happening right there. When you search face mask, it's unbelievable what you see. You're going to see a lot of the DIY type. So again, watch what people are doing. Take note of these brands. Take note of the different styles that people have. Like, look at this right here. What is this? So, oh, that's interesting. There's actually like a, instead of covering the mouth, they have a shield right here, like a transparent plastic, I guess. And that's another way of creating a different product. So again, you could use Pinterest to see a lot of ideas on how you could go about it. I like this here, buy one, get, oh, that's a, yeah. So you can also use a lot of different promotions. Buy 2 masks, get 1 free. Buy 1, get 1. So BOGO concept. Again, so many ways to go about this. And you have all these options. Last but not least, people are making their own masks. So get ready for this. Here's an example in Vogue magazine. She's showing people how to sew and tie-dye a cloth mask, step by step. The link is in the presentation. You go through this step. All the steps are highlighted here. The patterns are here. She's showing you how she's cutting everything. And my God, I think this is what's going to happen now is people are actually going to make their own masks. It's a fun thing. It's unique. It's personal. And it's easy to make. And people are stuck at home, so they'll find something to do. So expect to see this become a trend as well. So at-home mask is great. So maybe you could sell something that can help people or teach people how to do it with some training, some Facebook Lives. Again, if you're in the mask category, you really have to think about so many different ways for you to promote your brand. The last thing is the personalized custom masks. So Zazzle, take note of this because that's where it's going to be headed. How can I customize and personalize my masks? I want to choose my style. Don't tell me that's the only thing I have option of choosing. I want to choose my own style. I want to choose my different designs for him, sports. Expect to see Star Wars masks, your favorite NHL, a favorite baseball team masks. It's all over the place. I'm telling you, within the next couple of months, it's going to go crazy because this is where it's headed. It's a fashion accessory. It's personal. It's your status. It's your reputation. All that stuff matters. So if you're selling masks online, you really need to also consider these things. And I believe that is it. So honestly, this was a last-minute presentation, but it turned out to be, I mean, almost 50 minutes long. I hope this was useful. Let me know if you have any specific questions. If you're joining me from a recorded video, if you're watching this recorded, again, make sure to join the Facebook group because I do these live and it's a great opportunity for you to ask me questions about the topics being discussed. So now let me go inside the group to see if there are any questions for me to answer. Let me know in the comments if you like this. This was useful. Like the video, comment, love it, like it. Would love to hear your feedback because it always allows me to understand what is it that you guys see of value so I can create even better content going forward. Give me a second. Let me go. All right. So let's go through the questions. See a lot of comments. Sunny is asking, question, but maybe for later. You spoke about quizzes yesterday. Is there any free app that I could set up a basic quiz on a Shopify website? So you could use, look, a free one. I know there is something called, well, First of all, if you want a simple quiz, you could use Google Forms. They work really, really well. So that's the simplest way. I've used them a lot. Even for this group here, I have a survey on Google Form. So yes, it is possible with that. I know there is Wufoo. I believe you can make something in there. My favorite is Typeform. I know there is a free version, but I believe there are some limitations in terms of what's available. I don't know if they have it still for free or not, but this was my favorite one. And there's a lot of quizzes out there, tools out there. So you could use just Google Forms to start with if you want. Test it out. If you like it, start upgrading. I would go with Typeform. I love this. Oh, they have a free plan right here. Well, I don't know what's included, but I think it's 100 responses or something like that. But you could use these tools. So I hope this helps. Thanks for the question, Sunny. Good morning, Lowendi. Andrea is asking, is it a good idea to showcase my inventory capacity? I just had this conversation with a friend. He is a seasoned salesperson. So I like focusing on scarcity. Scarcity is a great way for people to take action. It's a great way to convert them. So we know already that more than 97% of people, average conversion rate in e-commerce is between 1% and 3%. So we know about 97% of people will leave a website without purchasing anything. If you were to use some scarcity tactics by highlighting inventory, limited inventory, and the hopes there is to, first of all, get them to convert, and also maybe you are limited and you want to make sure that people understand that they can't order a lot or something like that. Yes, of course, use it. Here's the problem. Some companies might do this and it starts showing up on all products in their catalog. It becomes annoying. So if every product page has inventory limited, then okay, is the whole freaking thing limited in your website? Then the impact will be lost. So that's what you have to consider. Again, test it. I would test it on, let's say, the most popular products. Test it out on a couple of SKUs, the products that get a lot of inventory, a lot of traffic. So here's what I would do. The products that get a lot of traffic, change it for, let's say, 2-3 days and put limited inventory, mention something about the inventory and see what happens and start comparing to see if that makes a difference or not. I would also highlight, let's say, limited inventory in the product image as well. Sometimes people don't read. So I would feature it, let's say a small little circle, limited inventory, limited supply, exclusive. Watch the video in my group called Scarcity, how to increase conversions with scarcity. I spoke about this and you'll see what I mean in there. Hope this answers your question, Andrea. Lowendi, Ala, I have learned how to ensure that you know what to mention. This is very valuable. Yeah, it is true. Aruprit, you are doing a great job. Sunny Lamba says hi. Good to see you. Say hi to him. It's nice that I'm starting to see friends referring others to the group. So again, since I have some of you here, please, if you know people would benefit from the content being shared in this group, share the group with them. Don't invite them to join, but don't add them. I like to respect people's privacy. If they want to join, great, because when they join on their own, they will have to answer a bunch of questions. You don't get in if you don't answer these questions. I want to make sure I maintain the quality of the group because, as you guys know already, there are many groups out there. And unfortunately, some of them have thousands of members, but there's no engagement or it's just all over the place. I just want to focus on quality. It's not about numbers here. So again, thank you for referring others to the group. Lowendi is asking, Ala, with my yoga, should I do this for each of my products? Look, it's a strategy. Whether you do it for each product, it depends on your goal. It depends on what you're selling. It depends on where you're at in your journey. Everything I mentioned today should be applied across all other product categories, obviously with certain exceptions because of face masks being very popular and during the times we're living in right now. So maybe it may not apply. Right now, certain categories are doing better than others because people are spending their money differently. They're behaving differently online. So again, some of the strategies, the tactics I've shared today could be applied across other categories. I always say test and see what happens. But the thing is, when you're testing, you really need to make sure you have enough traffic in order for you to see if it's going to actually have an impact or not. So take that into consideration. Felicita, so amazing to see how face masks have been a real trending now. It is, and that's why I mentioned it early on. This is a fashion accessory now more than anything. Style, status, personality, and the last thing is protection. So again, people are going to jump on it, and I think it's going to be fueled by Instagram, TikTok, and also Snapchat. These are the social media networks where people's attention is limited to a couple of seconds, and a face mask says a lot about you, and you're going to start seeing this a lot more going forward. Felicitas, thank you. Great. Glad you enjoyed it. Miriam, thank you. Very informative. You provided much information. Glad you enjoyed it. Again, this is the type of videos I share here. I go into a lot of details, and I hope the whole goal here is there is no step by step to increase online sales. And if you want to sell products online, I always say this, it's very easy to create an online store. Finding a product online is great, but differentiating your product and actually being able to build a profitable e-commerce business, that's where the challenge is. You need to be doing a little bit of everything. You can't focus on one channel, and you can't just do Instagram, or you can't just do Facebook ads. It's a combination of everything else. So everything that I'm teaching here in this group is proven to work, because I follow what the big guys are doing. And that's been my strategy for the last 18 years in e-commerce. I don't reinvent the wheel. Why am I there to reinvent things when I see so many brands doing an amazing job, and there are tools out there that allow me to learn how these brands are doing it? And I've shown a lot of videos. Just go through all the videos in the group as well in the channel, and you'll see that I'm sharing a lot of strategies and tactics that help you figure out how to spy on your competitors, how to do some research. Again, so many ways for you to differentiate yourself. You just got to put in the time and the effort and take action. Great. I don't see any more questions. Again, thank you very much for joining me in this live session. Make sure to like this, refer people to the group. And if you get a chance, and I'm going to put this in the comments right now, please fill out the the survey when joining this group. Sometimes some of you forget. I really value the feedback that I get when you fill out the survey. I take it into consideration in all of my content. I want to make sure I build out content that resonates with you and that you guys will see of value. So I'm going to put in the comments right now. Give me a second. A link to the survey that I really want to make sure you guys fill out. Oh, that's nice. Here we go. Here, I'm gonna put it inside this session right here. So I just put in the link, and I'm gonna pin it on top. Again, the more people fill out the survey, the better it is. In the terms of the type of content that I'm gonna be sharing online. So you can see right here, very open-ended questions. It's very important because I plan on launching my premium coaching program, 8-Figure E-Commerce, and I'm only going to launch it when I have enough people in the group, and also enough people that I feel that it's time for me to launch it. But this program, this training, and everything else will be based on a lot of the responses, but a lot of the free content I'm creating is using this survey. So please make sure to fill it out. Whichever stage you're at in your e-commerce business, it doesn't matter, because I'm creating content for all different stages. As long as you have an online store, you're in the right group. So again, thank you very much for joining me in this live session. I hope this was useful, and I will see you in the next session. Take care. Bye-bye. Have a nice evening.